What's bacon fam? It's your boy Shankamuffin here, and welcome to my in-depth 1 to 99 firemaking guide. If you're new or old to my guides, well, welcome. Here is the table of contents for you to skip to a section of the video that you wish to watch. I'll leave this up for a little bit. Alright, let's move on. Firemaking is basically a skill that adds no retained value, whose sole purpose is to boost your total level so you can access 1500 worlds. Firemaking is also allowing you to throw away your hard-earned cash while getting carpal tunnel syndrome at an accelerated rate, only if you don't train at the Wintertodt. Now that we have some background information on firemaking, let's continue forward. Firemaking requires 2 items in order to be effective. All you need is a tinderbox and the logs that you wish to burn. If you are doing the Wintertodt method, please skip to the Wintertodt section of the video. Everything will be discussed there. Please keep in mind though, a Wintertodt guide is not included in this video. That will be separate. Once you have a tinderbox and logs, find a nice location to train firemaking. The Varrock East and West Bank is a good starter. If you're not feeling these locations, then the Grand Exchange is always a good place to be. Overall though, any place is viable so long as there's enough space to burn all 27 logs, as well as there is a bank in close proximity. Now that we have a location in mind, you can now begin training firemaking. Start your firemaking process by being away from the bank. As you burn the logs, your character will slowly return back to the bank once your inventory is empty. Left click on your tinderbox, and then left click on a log in your inventory. Your player will begin burning the log. Continue this process until all logs are out and return to the bank and do this all over. The first section for ways of training firemaking would be the traditional method. This method is of burning logs. This method does not include the Wintertodt method. In order for you to achieve 99 firemaking, here are the logs needed for each level. From level 1 to 15, you will be burning normal logs. In order to reach level 15, a total of 61 logs are needed. From level 15 to 30, oak logs are the next to be burned. A total amount of 183 oak logs are required in order to achieve level 30. From level 30 to 45 are willow logs. You will need 101 logs in order to achieve level 45. From level 45 to 50 are maple logs. In order for you to reach level 50, you will need 295 maple logs. Now, if you want to do maple logs to 99 firemaking, this is fine and perfectly acceptable. Many people have done this method. I personally have done this method back in around 2010. The reason as to why people do this method is because the logs are cheap. Also, if you wish to skip to level 75 using maple logs, go for it. It will be much cheaper using maple logs to 75 instead of the next methods I'm going to be saying. From level 50 to 60, burn mahogany logs. You will need about 1,095 logs in order to reach your goal of 60. From level 60 to 75, burn yew logs. These are fairly expensive as compared to mahogany, so I strongly advise to use maples. But if you're going to continue to use yew logs, then you'll need to burn about 4,626. From level 75 to 90, magic logs are next. It will take about 13,614 magic logs to get to that level. This is extremely expensive, so I would advise for you to find an alternative method in order to get to that level. Maples are always nice and a good choice, but if you wish to use yews, go for it. Finally, from level 90 to 99 is with redwoods. You will need about 22,000 redwood logs in order to reach 99 firemaking. This is everything you need to know with the traditional method. Time to move on to the Wintertodt method, which is the method that I personally use and highly recommend. Before I continue, I want to reiterate, this is not a Wintertodt guide. There will be a separate video at some point in order to teach you the ways of Wintertodt. This is strictly for a firemaking method. In order for you to gain access to the Wintertodt, you will need 50 firemaking, a games necklace, a knife, a mithril axe or above, and literally just step foot in Zaya once. It's best to have some wine or other low-cost food for the skilling boss, and warm clothing. There's a wiki page dedicated to listing items that are considered warm clothing. There's far too much of an item list to name every single piece, so please check out the link in the description. The reason as to why someone should wear warm clothing is because the boss will do less damage to you. So now that we have to get 50 firemaking, we need to actually get to 50 firemaking. So from level 1 to 50, burn normal logs. You will need about 61 logs to do this. From level 15 to 30, burn oak logs. You will need 183 logs. From 30 to 45, burn willow logs. You will need roughly 101 logs to get to this level. Finally, from level 45 to 50, burn maple logs, and only about 300 logs are needed. Once you are at this level, step foot in Zaya once. Once you've done this, teleport with your games necklace to the Wintertodt. Participate from there and be part of the memes of people asking, why Fletch, : bank, as well as the unofficial war going on between the west and east side as if they're part of Chicago's turf wars. Some benefits to know before participating. The higher you are in the following skills: woodcutting, farming, fishing, herblore, and mining, the better rewards you can earn. So keep that in mind if you are a low level. For example, if you're close to unlocking Renar seeds for their use in farming, it would be a good idea to get that level before you start the Wintertodt, as you could earn Renar seeds as a drop. Also, through training at Wintertodt, you can earn a dragon axe, although it is extremely rare. You could also earn the Phoenix Pet, the Tome of Fire, and more than likely you will unlock the full Pyromancer's outfit, which is basically when you wear everything, you gain a 2.5% bonus to all firemaking experience earned. So I would highly recommend the Wintertodt to anyone that is looking to train this skill. I don't really recommend the Infernal Axe method, but I'll include it anyways. Here are some of the reasons why you shouldn't train it. It's expensive to create as it requires a smoldering stone and a dragon axe to combine. It holds charges and will be depleted, and it must be recharged by either a smoldering stone or a dragon axe. It requires 61 woodcutting to equip, as well as just 85 firemaking to create. The purpose of the Infernal Axe is to gain both firemaking and woodcutting experience at the same time. The passive effect of the Infernal Axe is it has a 1/3 chance to burn the logs that you are woodcutting, but at the expense of only 50% of the firemaking experience is earned. If someone wishes to get firemaking experience while woodcutting, this would be the only method to do. I personally don't recommend this method because of the high requirements in regards to levels, as well as the high upfront costs. Either way though, I will include it here, and it is a possible method to train. Alright everyone, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed and found this video pretty helpful. If you have anything you'd like to suggest as what I should do next, feel free to leave a comment. I will certainly read it. If you'd like to join a Discord server and talk with like-minded individuals and talk with me directly, feel free to join. The link is down in the description below. Also, if you want to be part of my CC, it's just PAX Ahri. Join off of that name, and there you go. You can talk with me directly there too. Anyways, guys, my name is Shangamuffin. I'm signing out. Please enjoy this outro.